I had to push it another toe.
Last week we made the comment that Mark comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Now you're wise, aren't you?
Whitney, you're wasted. It's not. It's being drowned out by the music.
Well, crap.
Yeah.
Crap.
Sorry, we don't have jazzmatazz or whatever it is. It is the Lounge Show. Another Lounge Show. Another Lounge Show. And to you, it sounds like I'm singing offbeat. That's annoying to me.
That sounds just fine.
No, don't lie to me. Don't pacify me on my own program that I co-host.
Oh, and now it's your.
I said immediately before you even had a chance to breathe. Jesus.
Are they still doing that show?
No.
Really? Because I had heard, and I thought justifiably so, that this thing was long gone. I mean, I liked it for a minute. You've heard the expression hot minute? It was more of a lukewarm minute.
Tepid.
C'est le Lounge Show avec Rob Scott et Bob Doyle, deux diffuseurs vétérans qui aiment s'entendre parler et qui réussissent d'une manière ou d'une autre à se supporter. Voyons si vous pouvez les supporter aussi bien. Voici Rob et Bob.
That's right, Bob et Bob. Hola, says Tracy Starr from... Oh, look at that. Right off the bat, he's frozen. Right off the bat, the universe says, nah, we don't need any of him.
I was just saying lounge show, and waving my hands in the air.
Okay.
Willy-nilly.
So you have spun around in that chair. I mean...
Yeah, for quite some time.
I mean, so we figured it's 52 weeks a year. We've taken probably, let's say, 6 weeks, 7 weeks off per year. Does that sound about right?
That's on the high end, I would say, but okay.
I think it's on the high end, too. Let's say 5.
I would say 4 to 5.
A year, 4 or 5 a year.
Yes.
So what? Like I can do math all of a sudden?
All right,
I'm not going to add that up.
Well,
I'm just wondering how many times
48 months, or 48 shows times, let's say 4 years, 192 times I've spun around in the chair.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I can't believe that when we had like the 4-year mark that I didn't go back and at least find the first show and look at a clip, you know?
Yeah.
We
Are they
gotta,
out there somewhere?
Well, yeah, they're everywhere.
You say that to me like I'm supposed to know.
Well,
you know
I mean, they don't delete from Facebook or whatever. So even though Facebook deems us insignificant,
which we certainly are,
they still have all the ones that we posted there in that page and the ones that we did here. So, I mean, here being the Facebook timeline, and we're also going to YouTube, but we didn't start YouTube till later. So the first show is not there.
That you could have answered that with yes, but I like
know,
your answer.
But look, we got a half hour to
better.
fill, man.
Right.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
It sure is, and that means that I'm Bob Doyle. Oops,
And I'm
wait a minute,
Rob,
but
and
I
I'm
get
in
no
Atlanta.
proof of that.
Yeah,
There
you
go.
have some
Now
sort of...
I had to push a button. Now I'm who I say I am.
Okay.
Where I
So
say I am.
you know what? This is, you would have never noticed. It's one of those things, I'm sure, but I get these red dots. Did a dermatologist visit on Friday? One of the many ists that come with being older.
Oh, I remembered this. Yes. I'm getting ready to step into the world of procedures, as we called.
Yeah, ists. You have a urologist, you have a dermatologist, you have all these ists. Used to just be the doctor. I got to go see the doctor. And now there are all these ists. And they get more money, obviously, to be ists.
And then you got to get all those ists removed.
Right, and that's what was this deal. They freeze them. Oh, everything's precancerous, which I guess is a good thing, better than just cancerous.
Well, I mean, if you don't have cancer, doesn't that automatically make it precancerous, Mr. Hand?
Right, you're just wasting money on this spray.
Fresh out of the womb. This was 100% precancerous baby you've given birth to.
Yes. So anyway, I went there, and then that's when they zap you with the Freezy spray.
I see.
And you've never been to the dermatologist?
No, I'm long overdue for that. I got a couple of...
You got to start going. Oh, you do whatever you want. You're a big boy, but I'm just saying it's like...
Look, I said I was going to get a bunch of procedures. What more do you want? We got thousands of people watching. Thousands!
Right. How we could possibly be deemed insignificant is beyond me.
They were just having a bad day.
So you probably I tried to play this during the intro, but you said it gets washed out.
Last week we made a comment that March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb. Now here to reply is our chief meteorologist, John Belushi, with a seasonal report.
Thank you, Jemmy. Well, another winter is almost over.
I'm
and
sure
March
there's no problem with
21
playing this.
No, there can't be. It's public domain. It's been around over 5 years. I know all the laws.
Sure. I think 5 years is the cutoff.
That is it.
We can actually.
Well, I'll tell you what. If they come after us, we can certainly use that as evidence that we are not
insignificant.
We are
Huh?
very
Look at this
significant.
fine Facebook.
Yeah,
Call
look at that.
insignificant.
$100,000, huh? That's significant. A-hole.
Did he say a-hole?
A-hole. But today is the first of March. So we are last month in the quarter, Bob, because I know you're a personal businessman. You're an LLC or whatever. So the quarters are a big deal to you, you know. Tracy's here, I think. Did I see that correctly?
That's correct. She's got the smiley, laughy things, and she said "hola" earlier. We had a lovely day today. We the three of us went to Lake Las Vegas. Did we take you to Lake Mead that time? Did we?
I don't recall ever going to a body of water.
We didn't. Okay. Well, we
saw some awesome nature stuff, but usually that was rock formation, mountainy kind of hikey, walky stuff, not a lake, as I recall.
Well, this I think is it's a good lake visit for people of our age. There's a place to walk. We had the best freaking Mexican food. It was really good. Like I was just like, I haven't had like a combination plate for a really long time. You know, you go in there and I was number 11 years. I got at number 11 always seemed to be what I needed, the taco, the enchilada, and the whatever burrito or whatever. I can't eat that much now.
Refried beans and a fried rice. Of course.
That's
of course
right.
I want those on the side.
Yes, so, and that was it. And but this time it was, you know, I said beef for both things, both the crispy, what do they call it, the crisp soft taco or whatever,
Okay.
and the
Well, you're doing
enchilada or
really
whatever.
well. That was the first in 192 shows that you actually threw something at me into the camera lens. How David Letterman of you. That was awesome. You might as well have had pencils. It might as well have been a pencil with erasers on both ends, which Carson used to have, I believe, erasers on both ends. Anyway, please continue. So you got the fried, or
yes,
you got
I
the
had the
crispy
number.
soft taco.
I had the combination number 1, and it was shredded beef. You know, not the ground beef taco meat.
Good.
You know, and the rice. You know, the rice that they give. You know, it basically tastes the same just about everywhere. You know,
Unless
and it's
they know
not
how
that
to cook.
It's not that it's bad. It's just like
It's just filler.
And so I just tried this one, and we all agreed this one had a little something going on. Now, you know what? I have no idea what the name of this place was. Maybe Tracy remembers.
What was the place that we laughed about that one time on our walk?
Don Tortaco
That's
or something. Yeah, they're still around,
right.
man. But
that's
every time
great.
I see that sign, I think about that.
Half Italian, half Mexican. It was like Don, like, you know, Don Corleone kind of Don. And
Oh
then
my God!
it was
I wish
tacos.
Now that wasn't recorded, was it? That was just us
No,
messing
that was
around,
just
driving
us
around,
taking this
laughing
call,
at. Yeah, that
laughing
wasn't.
at something. We just made a bit out of nothing.
There's no recording of the Don Tortaco or whatever. No, I think I just saw the sign yesterday, and I just remember those reviews that we. What was that part of it with you and I, or did we laugh about it for some other reason?
I think you brought the reviews to the to the table later. Like you found, you know, we just made the first thing, and the initial bit was just the name of the place, and then I think you found reviews.
I took my jacket off, so I don't have the receipt, Tracy. Yeah, I think the receipt for the thing is probably in my pocket, so I can tell you where we ate. But anyway, I think that's a place that it's like 30-minute drive. It's a nice drive. Next time you're here, I think that's a good outing instead of like, you know. Well, we never do this trip anyway, but that would be a good.
And you know what's neat about that? As I think I've told you, I know I told Steven, because usually when I come out and see my son, then I hop on over and see you and Tracy, and I've been telling him, and I think I told you, I couldn't make any plans or anything because I had
the
this
car. Right.
So here I have the epilogue to the car story.
Because you were getting ready to get a new car.
Yeah, approximately 4 months, and 6 different loaners and a lot of money, and I eventually just said, enough is enough.
Right.
You know, you have to just cut bait, basically. And then, but that was a real, like, oh, I can't believe. And then eventually you say, okay, we're not going to be pissed about having to do it. We are now going to embrace doing it, and we're going to get this done. So Friday on my way home last weekend, and then we did the show and we did the lounge opened on Saturday, and I
Of
told
course,
you.
because that's what we do here.
And then Sunday I got up and I said, okay, just let me get a good trade-in value on the thing, because I still owed money, which is the first time in my life
Yeah.
that I'd ever owed money on a car trying to trade it in. I've always just had them paid for, and you bring in the slip. So I went online, and it should have been approximately 10 grand, according to just the mileage and the model, and 10. And I go, okay, that'll cover the remainder of the loan and have a little bit to put toward the down payment on whatever I'm going to get. I'm going to do all this in one day. I mean, I'm going over the place, and I'm just going to do until I have another car. I'm not leaving the place.
Right.
So I limp on over there. With the car that just, and I'm going, come on, just don't die. And it gets there, and I go, whew, okay, I'm in the space. And then I say, now I just have to have the guys who check it out to give it an appraisal, just pull it into the garage and plug it in like with a computer. Don't drive it anywhere. And I'm sitting there, and there's a big window, and I'm looking out, and I see the guy get in the car. I go, please go to the garage. Oh, no, he's going out on the road. So he takes the car out on the road, and I go, it's going to die out there. It's just going to crap the bed out there. And then he comes back within moments, and I said, it crapped the bed, because he came back too soon, too quickly. But you have to sit there with your game face on with the sales guy, because, you don't want to show your cards. And so I think I went to either get water or bathroom or something. Anyway, when I came back, they had the piece of $14,500 I got for that. So I never had to open up my wallet once. Money paid off, money for the down payment on the new one, and I had to go home for a document. And this is fun. I had to go home for a document, like a pay stub, something like that. I just didn't have access to with what I had with me. And so he said, yeah, just go on home. We're getting your car prepped now. And I thought,
Oh, frozen again. Okay, let's get him back, folks. Okay. All right, we're okay.
I'm not back yet.
You're back.
No,
You're back. You're back.
I think I had to go home. I think I left you with I had to go home.
No, you said, oh, shit. I had it in my head. I was going to say it, and then you put something else in there, and you incepted me.
Well, he said, anyway, your car's getting prepped, and he said, you got to go home for a pay stub.
Right,
and
right.
So then I go, I don't want to drive this car. I could crap out right in front of these people. And so I looked at him, and I said, you're probably not going to believe this. But that car's just got bad juju for me, man. That car has just bad karma. And I go, I just don't, and it's good because you guys already went through it. And he goes, I'll give you sign out another test drive car. And so he gave me another test drive car. And so I went home and got the documentation, and came back, and poof, I have a new car downstairs now for a week. I just have a nice, simple Toyota Camry, and it gets great gas mileage. It's going to cost me less money and less to insure, and no more headaches, and just one. So it's been a wonderful week. That's the epilogue to my story. A 4-month odyssey, Bob. It was a 4-month odyssey.
Well, congratulations on the completion of said Odyssey. I did, of course, figure that they were going to come in with a number higher than you wanted. It's nothing about your storytelling. I've just known you for a long time. I don't want you to take it too personally.
No, so the screenplay was predictable.
Well, there was a little something in the delivery of I was hoping to get 10,000 because that is the only way you set that up. But it did forecast that you were going to get more. But it's only because I have an exceedingly high IQ.
You've got one hell of an ick.
Yeah. So I mean, the
I got a
average
picture.
schmoo.
I have a. Let's see if I can see. I can't do this anymore. This new thing won't.
I can't do this anymore either, Rob. I'm glad you brought
No,
it up.
I can't share pictures. I can't share pictures
What
anymore.
the fuck? What'd you do?
No, this is a new setup or whatever.
It's showing you something different now than it used to?
No, the icons are the same. They just don't do anything.
The little thing that pops you up to get into this broadcast no longer share screen properly?
No, I can push the share screen button, and that's not sharing screens anymore. Limited. Anyway, I found a really cool picture. I'll send it to you one day. I don't know. It's not
I'm
that
looking
big a
to see
deal.
if there's any setting over here that says, don't let them share screen. But, I didn't change anything. I don't see anything like that. And who cares anyway? It's time for Disco Saturday.
I thought that would work because we do the show at 9 o'clock on a Saturday. And I also got a kick out of the fact that we were asked if we did the show for that because of this song, that the song was the
Right.
what's the word I'm looking for? The
Inspiration?
there you are. Inspiration. Oh, by the way, I found this little ditty online today that on today's date, Bob, we'll go to the calendar.
All right.
On today's date in 1973, Pink Floyd released Dark Side of the Moon on March 1st, 73.
Wow. And just a few months later, Tracy'd be born.
And yes, and I wrote here too, and the Wizard of Oz has never been the same since.
That's right. That is the
And
thing.
I did that with you. I'm so glad that we did that. Like, I've heard about it before and everything. And now you had done it, though, before I watched it with you. You had
I think
danced
so.
that dance before.
I think so. It made it no less cool because you get something different every time, I think. That's
It's
kind of the
just
fun of it.
fantastic. I could not believe how cool that was.
I can't remember. I think Tracy said she's done that before.
We
'Cause
were
she hasn't.
that was the Stone Mountain House.
It sure was. And that little TV.
What were the names? Nosegay, Damsel,
And
what were
Damsel. That will never. It doesn't matter whatever happens to my brain. Those two colors will never leave.
Right.
It's going to be like Rosebud. That's going to be my last word. Nosegay. Nosegay was his paint. A paint color.
Well, but a nosegay is also a corsage around your wrist, isn't it?
You know what? You may be right about that, sir, but it's
I may
just
be
not
right,
a word
I may
I
be
say.
Yeah, but nosegay, it was I think at prom time, you got the flower that was like a bracelet, went around the wrist, and I think that's called a nosegay.
I see.
Well, what kind of answer is I see? You sound like a teacher. So anyway, the dog ate my homework, and then my mom died, and then we had a flat tire on the way here, and so that's how come I was late. I see.
What is nosegay?
Oh, you're looking it up.
Nosegay is a small, decorative bouquet of flowers, typically given as a gift or worn as an accessory. It's often arranged to be held in one's hand or pinned to clothing, and is also known as a posy.
Awesome. Thanks.
It's a
Can you-
posy.
If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
Can you see what I'm looking at right now?
Can I?
Yes, I
No.
can see a screen with a person in a video call or live stream. It looks like you're managing a streaming setup. Is there something specific you'd like help with?
And now what do you see?
Oh, this is
I
good.
see a camera on a tripod in front of a monitor displaying some open windows. Is there anything specific you want me to focus on?
No, I just didn't. That's a new feature I didn't know you had. Oh my God. Chat knows everything, but couldn't tell me that I had a visitor lurking over my shoulder. Come on in here and sit in my lap.
Lurking is kind of a rough term.
This is my secretary.
Oh,
So she
I'm
comes in
digging
here
it.
and
She's wearing Hugh.
she sits on my lap and takes dictation, right? And then
And she's wearing Hugh Hefner. Hello, Tracy. And she's wearing Hugh Hefner logo.
oh, that's right. She needs to be able to hear. I think the
Yeah.
what we have to do is
Yeah, right.
you know what? Wait. Yeah. Okay.
No, we just swap. You get that one, I get this one. Hang on.
After
Hello,
these
Tracy.
messages.
We'll be right.
No, she's just getting her rigging on.
Okay.
That's a real
You hear
Rob
me?
word right there.
I missed the Rob word. What was the Rob?
Rigging.
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 Yeah, rigging.
We're
He's been
rigging.
saying rigging ever since. Like that's when he would come over for the weekend or for the night or whatever, and it's established he's going to be here because after a while he lives 50 minutes away. Everybody knows he's staying.
Right.
So he comes with his bags of tricks, and but he walks in, and the first thing he says is something like, "Let me go downstairs and put down my rigging" or whatever. It's rigging. It's this old man word that he said when he was in his 30s.
My dad used to use it. That's where it came from. He'd want us to get ready and get to the car, You know, like we had to go to wherever you had to go.
Get your rigging.
Right.
My guess
Get
is
your
my
rigging on.
grandfather may have used that word too. I think
I don't remember that one.
Get your rigging on. Yes, sir. Get your rigging on.
just because he
that
did
was-
so much camping and was an outdoorsman, I'm pretty sure rigging was a part of his lexicon.
well,
He was like
that's
a
what,
forest.
He was a forester, yeah.
that was his last name, or that was his occupation.
Occupation.
Okay.
But
Just check.
oddly, I knew a John. Wait a minute. His
John
name was
Forrester, the
Howard.
Forester?
His name was Howard.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
Howard.
John.
John
Howard,
Howard, or,
Forrester. I don't know any
or
Howard
Howard
Forrester.
Forrester. I'm
Howard
very
Sp-
confused.
Howard Sprague.
Yes, Andy. And then there's a character.
Now, see, I don't
But
think
he
he
lived
knows
with
who
his
Howard
mother,
Sprague
didn't he?
is.
Didn't Howard Sprague live with his mother?
clue.
I think he lived with his mother. Anyway, Tracy,
He was
I'm
like
digging
Norman
the fact
Bates
that you're
waiting to
wearing,
happen.
Hugh Hefner logo. You got the bunny on.
That's
oh,
right.
the bunny. Yes.
Yes, because yesterday was Rabbit, Rabbit, Rabbit. So appropriately enough, you're wearing a rabbit.
Well, if yesterday, come on, let's face facts. Let's face facts. You know, we talked about birthday cake last week, but we didn't even bring up let's face facts, did we?
No,
I don't
we did
think-
not.
That's the preface to the whole thing.
Well,
It's so
yeah,
funny
but-
because we basically retell that story to each other every time we just say let's face
Let's
facts.
face
That's all you
facts.
have to say. I was
That's
telling
right.
her about Kim Novak
Yeah, we were
today.
just talking about that like an hour ago.
How that's what she said in our world became that's what the girl at the picnic said because that's what Ralph said. So we used that, and then somehow Kim Novak became the girl at the picnic.
Because of the guy at the liquor store by work.
Okay, tell me again.
So he was an older gentleman. He always wore a vest and a tie. And this is kind of a seedy liquor store down in Midtown by where the radio station was.
I've been there many
Bob-
times.
Yes, I was going to say Bob had been there a zillion times. His name was Randy. He would have a tie tack and the tie, and it would match. It would be burgundy sleeves and a burgundy print vest. No, really, and you could tell he picked it out. You know what I mean? And he looked always presentable, always like an Englishman's Englishman kind of guy. And so anyway, we were in there one time, probably half drunk at the time, probably getting more. And we were using the lines. That's what the girl at the picnic said. And Randy picked up on it and said that would be Kim Novak because she was in the movie.
Okay, so I had that reference right. I didn't remember it was Randy, the liquor store guy,
who
came up with it.
impeccably.
But then I would say
he-
that now, for years, we didn't even have to say anything except Kim Novak.
Novak.
We didn't have to say that's what Kim. There was no that's what anything. It was just
And
Kim
in fact,
Novak.
then you sent me a picture of her handprints at Grauman's Chinese Theater. I think I have it in my phone somewhere. The Kim
Oh, did I
Novak
really?
signature. Yes, you did. You sent me a picture of Kim Novak, her handprints and her signature at Grauman's. So that's all because of Randy, the impeccably dressed liquor store guy, which is great.
I love
you know,
it.
the iterations of these things.
Yeah.
Speaking of
stories.
which, in lounge things, I was thinking the other day, buddy, I'm glad you're on, Tracy. This is a cool thing because you are
No,
just
actually,
wonderful.
she's on me. Did you see what I did there?
Yeah, please don't do it again. So she's great for you. That's a given, but I just want to say it officially on the lounge.
Oh, and
Tracy's-
that's the mic drop right there. That was
Yeah, I
officially
should've
on the
done
lounge.
Thank you.
And then like 23, but we have 7 minutes left. Otherwise, that could have been like Morgan Freeman could have come in.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Tracy's great for you.
And with that word,
Yes. But the point is, I was thinking about all the different iterations of the lounge and how, for the most part, that's when you and I had to like escape from our day-to-day drudgery.
yes, most
You
definitely.
know, but I thought we were pretty good at it because most guys would have went bar hopping or go to strip clubs. Bob and I did not do this. Bob and I,
You started a broadcast.
we would do one guy either goes to the one house or the other, and you would just on purpose set out to just get completely medicated.
Oh, jeez.
And
yeah.
then
and
get
if it was
up,
at our
and the
house,
other-
it would be broadcast.
Yes. And then, but the point is then the next morning, like we'd stay up till 3 a.m. We would do the lounge. You'd go into another place, a happy place, hopefully the lounge. And then in the morning, though, we would be with the other guy's family. You'd have breakfast. The kids are running around. We'd be hungover to beat the band. I was thinking about the whole dynamic the other day, and I go, really?
So the thing with Rob's house is that they watched TV in the morning all the time. Like the TV was on from the moment. I don't even. Whenever I got up, the TV was always on, and it just made me crazy, because I don't watch TV at all, and it was just they were always watching something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And still, Kim still does though at her house.
Yeah.
And when I first
sure.
started dating her, I remember our first Thanksgiving at her family's house, and the TV's on in a whole nother room. You know, we're having Thanksgiving dinner, and it's like a little speaker in another room, and it was on. And I'm going, I think they keep their TV on all the time here.
Yeah.
And then Kim liked to have a TV on often. And if you even go to her house now, and it's for the dog, you know, but it's on. The TV's on like 24/7. It's just a permanent thing that's on.
Yeah, I grew up in a TV house, and then
Did you?
yeah, you know, yeah, and then well, you know, but there was like 5 years where you know, in my marriage where we didn't really have TV, we didn't buy cable, we did nothing, we like unplugged a little bit, but then like later on, it's like, you know, the kids got into watching a lot of TV, and so Amber even still that's like her favorite relaxing is watching something. And
I like
you
to
know,
though, but I like to
do
escape.
too. I mean, like it's fun. I actually like to be able to like drop in and you know and catch a storyline. But it makes there's so many other things I'd rather do with my time that it's like I don't want to get too addicted to something where it's like I feel like I have to dedicate 22 hours to watch a
But
series.
what have you gotten sucked into?
Oh, but I have gotten sucked into some. So yeah.
Bridgerton?
Gotta say.
I hear that's good. I have not.
It's
I mean, I think they've taken a
fantastic.
peek, but it's there's a lot of seasons, right?
They're and they're in the middle of filming another one. I think it doesn't come out till next year. I think, but still, it's really cool.
And now she just started watching School Spirit.
Yeah.
What is that? I've never heard of it.
I don't know what channel that's on. It's about ghosts.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
But I'll watch.
fact,
I'll
it's
sit and
funny-
watch with. There's a show called Ghosts.
That's
too,
actually funny too.
That's
That's
more.
a CBS show, and that's very funny.
Yeah, it's
so-
very funny. I like that a
And
lot.
you know, I watched. So you've seen it then, obviously.
I have
Okay.
watched many episodes. Not every one, but I've watched enough to appreciate the show.
Yeah.
So the thing about that show is I watch it and I'm always in awe because it's this close to being awful. Like it runs because of the whole acting style and the writing, and it's very cutesy, you know, and it's like it writes, but it just somehow the combination of the actors they chose or whatever, and they I don't know, they just manage it so that you get that little emotional swell at the end. You know, it's so formulaic.
Yeah.
But
they do a good. But the
and it's like a
formulas
school
work if they're
play.
well written.
It works.
It's like a school play. That's how it's
It is like
acted.
you know what? I'd use the word cheeky. It's almost cheeky.
Yes. Yeah.
But I like it. I
do
go,
too.
but it worked.
It's fun to watch. I'm always amazed at the end that I go,
it was enjoyable.
Good.
It was
Yes,
enjoyable.
it's
It was
just
really
fun.
good.
So
And if you're watching it on a stream, it's what 23 minutes of your day.
Oh,
It's
right.
not
Yeah,
gonna
right.
take-
It's not a big deal,
It's
yeah.
wonderful. You
I like
watch this
those.
nice.
Yes.
I do too. Although
Short.
I'd rather watch a limited series than 7 seasons of something. Like I like when they'll give me an hour and a half, but 6 of those done.
Yeah.
It was too much material for a movie, but 6 of them and I'm done.
Yeah.
Like a Queen's Gambit. I enjoyed watching that, and that was. Did you ever watch that?
No.
About this young lady in the 50s into the 60s who becomes the best chess player in the world. And Anna Taylor-Joy was the actress who played, and it's on Netflix. I think they produced it, and it's wonderful. In fact, that's where I got that tune, Bob, where I found it. It's the 25th of the 12th. That came from that limited series. I discovered. Anyway, those are fun, but now to your point, Tracy, I find I don't watch as many hours of television as I used to.
Yeah.
I come home. I
What's the exact
If
number?
it was just Bob, and I, we the TV's never on.
Right. Amber's
But
always.
you do have you have screens. You're in front of a screen.
Yeah, but we're not watching like a
They're
show.
all turned off.
It's the whole,
I don't.
yeah.
Right, you're interacting. You're 2.0.
Yeah.
You're doing something online.
We're
or you're doing
creative,
that.
right? We're
Right,
doing
right.
right, exactly.
Changing the world. man.
We're
We're changing the
Changing
world.
Changing the
One
world.
pixel at a time.
right, exactly.
Aren't you guys something? Has Tracy ever heard the Slate, the Irish Slate?
I'm sure she has not.
30 seconds. Stereo mix. Tonight at 8. AMC. PRI 202.
Bob likes how she says 30.
The Prisoner for AMC. 30 seconds.
Yeah, he really liked that.
30.
He thinks that's pretty cool.
30.
Play it one more time.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I got to push a button, and I don't know which one exactly to play here. I have to start all over from the beginning.
The Prisoner for AMC. 30 seconds.
And with those words, Rob Scott and Bob Doyle brought the Lounge Show to another inauspicious close. Join us next week, won't you? 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, for another edition of The Lounge Show.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.
Total platonic reversal. That's bad. Okay.